Spring drills kick off for the football team 3 weeks from today, and then it's on to the fall for BYU's second season as an independent. Tonight, Athletic Director Tom Holmoe is here for the announcement of the 2012 football schedule. It's good to have you here in True Blue. You're always welcome. It's like an extension of your office.
Thank you. It's very comfortable to be here.
I know you're relieved to have it done because it's a great pain putting 12 games together, but let's start with the season opener in September against Washington State at Lavelle Edwards Stadium, and it brings back a familiar name to Provo.
Yes, Mike Leach, quite the offensive coordinator, an offensive guru, and that's going to be a big one. Washington State will come in with a new system on offense for sure. You saw in the last couple seasons that they've started to grow as far as personnel is concerned and look competitive in quite a few games. Last year, I think Mike's going to give them a big push.
Is this the start of a relationship with Washington State, or is this a one-game deal?
No, this is going to be a home and home.
Okay.
We'll have them, we'll go back to the Palouse in a couple years, and that's the way they wanted it. Sometimes they're not just year after year, but we might skip a year. But we'll announce that one when that one comes.
Last year, we opened at Mississippi. Big difference opening at home.
Well, it's funny that we haven't opened at home a lot over the last 10 years. It's just kind of this how the give and take of the schedule is. A lot of it has to do with TV, where we have an opportunity to go on the road early. We've played in some big games, either neutral games or in big conference, non-conference games. And this year we have an opportunity to be home. It really helps to be home first.
One thing I like about the fact you get to stay home for week 2 with Weber State coming down from Ogden, the local FCS school, 2 counties north. Weber State, led by new head coach John L. Smith. Wildcats last played the Cougars back in 1979. Why be Weber State, and why second week?
Well, this was a game where we needed to get a 12th game. It's hard to kind of finish this 2012 schedule. And we tried to get a 1A team, but couldn't find a 1A team for that part of the schedule. Weber State we've been working on trying to get a game for probably about 6 years and never could come together. We put this together pretty soon, and I'm glad that we have an opportunity to play an in-state 1AA team.
All right, then it's time to hit the road, but you don't go far. You get to stay in the state of Utah for the 3rd game of the season, week 3 in Salt Lake City against Utah, the 88th meeting between the two. BYU's dropped 4 of 5 in Salt Lake. Look to rebound from last year's big loss in Provo. Riley Nelson telling us a couple weeks ago he can't wait for this game on the road.
I love this game against Utah, and it's something we'll have to consider in the future. Rumors that we're not going to play the game. All I know is we're going to play the game in 2012, and we're trying like crazy to finish it off and get a contract in the next couple of years.
As for right now, 2013, there's nothing agreed to, nothing signed, being negotiated?
That is correct. Okay. We've been talking about it, and Chris Hill, their athletic director, and I, and our coaches are trying to work it out. They have a couple difficulties because of their Pac-12 schedule, but this is a game that's been played for a long time, and this is one that BYU does not want to give up.
And it's one that the Cougars will never walk away from?
No, sir.
All right, 3rd week of the season, BYU at Utah. Now let's get to the 4th game of the year. On the road, BYU at Boise State. This is September 22nd, where the Broncos have won 62 of their 63 regular season games at home. Quarterback Kellen Moore's graduated. It's the first of 12 meetings from 2012 to 2023. You go into Boise. Tell me about this matchup.
Look, Boise State is a proven team. I think over the last 10 years, people wonder if they're a flash in the pan. They're not. They're really good. They have one of the best football coaches in college football. Every year they have, not every year, but when their quarterback graduates, it's always a big question. Now they're done. They're not going to have a guy. But Chris Peterson always finds a great quarterback. I don't know who the guy's going to be, but they're going to be good. It's a regional game. We love the fact that as an independent, we can play them every year, home and home, and even if we're in a conference schedule somewhere in the future, we can still play Boise State as part of a non-conference game.
Those September road games, Utah and Boise State, you know, as it works out, the senior quarterback this time is on your side of the line with Riley.
It makes such a big difference to have a senior quarterback, especially with a guy like Riley who's had some ups and downs, but is finishing so strong, is a real strong team leader. And as I've watched Riley this offseason since the bowl game, I don't know if anybody is working harder off the field and in the classroom. He is rallying those guys. He's got them looking at film. He's got them going a little OT on the routes. I can't wait for next season to begin with him at the helm.
Let's get to Game 5. It is September 29th. It's in Provo against Hawaii. The Warriors, led by former BYU offensive coordinator and new first-year head coach Norm Chow, return to Provo. And this will be an interesting one. Again, timing has made this a little more dramatic with Coach Chow coming back.
It is ironic. We have Mike Leach,
right,
going back to Washington State, and now Coach Chow, Norm Chow. That was my coach back in the day. I like the fact that Coach got that job, and we have a chance to renew this incredible rivalry. This is like Boise State, and that'll go over time. We're going to play them for the next decade plus. And whether we're in a conference or not, this is one of those series that it's so important to us that we want it to continue on.
When Hawaii is coming here, you like it early. When it's in Honolulu, you like it late, right?
Well, I wouldn't mind having it late, but Hawaii's not going to play us in December in Provo, I can tell you that. But it works out great for BYU to go to Honolulu late in the season, especially that first week in December. It's kind of championship week for a lot of the conferences that have those championship games, and it's always going to be a TV game because of the TV having to do with the location and time of the Hawaii game.
Okay, let's sneak into October now. Game 6, it's Utah State in Provo, October 5th. That's General Conference weekend. Last year's game was dramatic finish in BYU's favor, really turned the season for the Cougars. The Aggies went on to finish second in the WAC. They got to a bowl game. They're getting better, but they come back to Provo for, at least as of now, the only Friday night game on the schedule.
Dave, this is one of those things when you're not in a conference and you're independent. There are a fair number of teams that you'd love to have these rivalries continue. Utah, Boise, Hawaii, and Utah State. These are a couple games that, even though Utah State have been down for a number of years, they're up now, and these are going to be hotly contested games, it looks like, for the years to come. So if anybody thinks that this isn't a big game for BYU, they're crazy.
It was a great atmosphere.
Fantastic. I can't wait to get back and do it again.